Okay, guys, right, here we are, the first week of your marathon training. I hope you're excited because I am. So let's get started. Right, so this is what the training schedule looks like if you're at the beginner level. So if you haven't done any exercise for a long time and this is a real big goal and dream and achievement for you, this is where you start. Now, there's a couple of things that I really want to cover. Um, the first of all is that Mondays are your rest day. Always have a Monday as a rest day. The reason why is that Mondays are actually quite stressful. I mean, we're still in weekend mode, we're just getting back to work, you're getting kids off to school. It's actually quite a stressful time. So I always suggest to take Mondays easy and give yourself a break. Now, I certainly do. I've been incorporating this into my life for years. I always make sure, being my own boss, that I finish my work days sort of 5:30 on a Monday, just to kind of tee myself up for the rest of the week. And I suggest you do the same. So we've got no training on Mondays, which is going to be a good start to your marathon training. Now, Tuesday is when we begin. Try to go for a 10-minute run. Now, I appreciate that some of you, you won't be able to do that, and that's perfectly fine. You are where you are, and this is all about the small bite-sized steps as discussed in the intro. So if you can't do a 10-minute run, like really give it your best, but if you can't do that, then use what's called a walk, jog, cycle. So let me explain that. So a walk, jog, cycle is basically take a watch, wear a watch, you run for a minute and then you walk for a minute. You run for a minute and then you walk for a minute. And you do this up to 10 minutes. So you've got 5 minutes worth of running and 5 minutes worth of walking. Now, this is incredibly effective and powerful for really building up endurance. I use it all the time when I'm training. It's just so good, and it's a really good first step. So on your first day of training, if you're at the beginner level, then you want to be doing a 10-minute run, and if you can't do that, then you're going into a walk, jog, cycle. Next day is a rest day, and then we're going back into training again, but this time we're stepping it right up to 20 minutes. So you try a 20-minute run. If you can't do that, then go into a walk, jog, cycle. But at the start of your run, try and just see how long you can run for. See if you can run for 3 and 5 minutes straight, and if at the end of that you can't do any more, then you go into your walk, jog, cycle. I mean, we're easing you into this, but you still have to you always want to be pushing yourself that a little bit further, even if it's 30 seconds. It's the small bite-sized steps. That's what really builds to the bigger, longer distances. Now, we've got Friday and Saturday as a rest day, and then Sunday is what's called your long run. Now, this is going to be 30 minutes, and again, it's either going to be a 30-minute straight run, or you're going to be running for as long as you can at the start, and then moving into a walk, jog, cycle. Now, we have to be realistic. You may need to switch some of these days around and move your Thursday run to a Friday and have Wednesday and Thursday as a rest day. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I will say that you really should try and stick to is to have Saturday as a rest day, Sunday as your long run day, and then Monday as a rest day. Those 3 days are keys, especially the Sunday. You want to make sure that you're rested before Sunday, and you want to make sure that you're resting after Sunday, because Sundays is when you're going to be doing your long runs, and further down the line, when we get more into the training, these are when you're going to be going out for your 1 hour, 2 hour runs, and during the week they're going to be much shorter. Like, we tend to have more time on a Sunday, and it can be quite easy to sort of leave the kids with the husband or with the wife and go out for a couple of hours run sort of in the evening or mid-morning, as opposed to going on a 2 hour run during the week. I mean, it's just not realistic. So this is what you want to be using for your first week of training. Now, notice the 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Stick to those times. Even if you have to walk it, stick to those times. At this stage, distance and speed is irrelevant. It truly is. What we are doing, as mentioned in the intro, is building you up for that performance benchmark. We're adjusting your daily habits. We're adjusting your body and your mindset, and really setting you on a path for ultimately achieving the marathon. Okay, so that's for those that are at the beginner level. Now, if you're at the intermediate level, it's exactly the same set up in terms of rest days. Saturdays and Mondays are your rest days, with Sundays as your long run days. But instead, we've added 10 minutes, so you're starting with a 20-minute run, then moving to a 30, and your long run on Sunday is 40 minutes. No walk, jog, cycles. By all means, if you do need to stop and walk for a couple of minutes, that's fine. But you're aiming for running. And on that note, there's something I need to say about walk, jog, cycles. If you're running and then you need to walk for a minute, don't power walk. Like some of the people who I've worked and helped training with, sort of for marathons and endurance events, when we're running and they need to stop, we stop down, and I notice that they straight away go into a power walk, trying to make up sort of distance and speed. Don't do this. The reason you've had to stop running and to walk is because you need to recuperate your body, you need to catch breath, you need to just gather yourself ready for your run. If you're power walking is just shy of jogging. You can't really do that. You can't recuperate, you can't gather yourself. And what you find is that you walk, jog, cycles, you're going for a run, you then find yourself power walking, and when you try running again, you can't last that long, you can't quite get it back up. If you need to walk, gather yourself, bring yourself back together and say, right, now I'm going to go for the next minute, and really make that minute of running count. The walking is there to regenerate, to repair you, not to make up distance or speed. So just keep that in mind. Okay, guys, so that's week 12. We've got the beginners and intermediate training schedules. I will see you next week on week 11. As always, if you have any questions at any time, let me know. I'm here every step of your way, and I truly mean that. To help you achieve your marathon or whatever endurance goals you have. If you've got any questions, send them across. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And as I mentioned elsewhere in this course, a lot of the questions I receive, I'll be creating lectures around. So it isn't ongoing process, because there's so much to cover. Great. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.